Hi everybody, this is Felicia. I'm here with the layout using the Scraptastic kit here, and it is the Scraptastic November Kit Feels Like Home. So what I'm doing right now is I am taking the full stamp set that I got with the kit and I'm putting the whole thing on a acrylic block. I'm inking it right now with Studio Calico's Color Theory ink, and I think the color is going green. So it's a dye ink. So I decided to go ahead and do a tone on tone so that it looks like a watermark. Um, so there I go. I'm going to be doing that different directions. And so I'm going to be doing that on the other side here one more time. And so there you have it. So that looks like a watermark, especially after it dries there. So I'm starting with this photo here, and I always have a story with my photos, I tell you. It's never ending. And I love it. I just think it's funny. With this photo here is my two grandkids, and I am trying to get a good photo of them. And, Faith is actually learning how to walk really well. I think at this point in time, this is June of 2011, and she had just started walking on her birthday, which was May 18th. And actually, it was the night before her birthday she started walking. And she, my daughter decided to get these sandals, these thong sandals, and they weren't the best quality sandals, but they really looked cute. But when a baby is walking or start walking, those aren't the things that you get, especially thong sandals. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner there on the photo, her foot is actually out of the thong, so it's not between her toes, and it's just flopping along there. And the poor thing, every time when it would come undone, she tried to stop and fix it, and it was making me laugh so bad. And I'm a bad grandma. Because I thought it was funny. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I decided that I would have them sit down so that I could take the photo. And as you can see, the sandal there is just pretty much hanging on by a strap. So um, that was uh, that was the story of this photo. And then my grandson, every time when he would say cheese when he was that age, he was like 2. Um, his mouth would go to the side, like he go look like he has something in his mouth. Anyway, so I did a little bit of adjustment there with my cameras there, and in part of my sniffing and my nasally sounding voice, I'm getting over what we call the sinus cold here in California because the weather did a flip flop on us here. It went from super cold to super warm. So it's been really weird here lately. So that's what comes with the territory. As you notice there, I tried to pick that paper up, but that didn't work. It's Cricut, so I decided to just say whatever and go with it. So these papers are all from the Studio Calico except for the layering papers. The layering papers are some specialty papers that I had in my stash, and I decided to go ahead and use those since I was working with these colors. And they worked really well. I liked how they came out. But everything else that I'm using on this layout for the most part is from the It Feels Like Home kit from the Scraptastic. And I'm using that gold ampersand and that wood veneer fave, and that is going to be my title, the fave, because it's one of my favorite pictures. Um, and then all of those little die cuts that you see me working with, the green and the gold there, are from the Jen Hadfield collection. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. Um, I forgot what that kit was called. What that was called. Well, maybe it. No, wait a minute. Oh, anyways, I think I might be calling this kit the wrong kit, but it's okay. I'll probably correct it in the little subtitles there. So anyway, so I'm getting this done here using the stickers that came in the kit, and I'm layering some stickers, layering some of the pieces that come on that sheet, and that's a little tab there. And there's 2 tabs actually that I'm putting on this layout, and I'm putting them one at the top, one on the side, so it looks like it's kind of like a little tab thing, curling up the yellow polka dot vellum there that's underneath. And I'm using some more of these die cuts and some washi tape that also came in the kit, or was it? No, I'm sorry, that came from a Freckled Fawn kit from the past. So I cut that piece of washi um, strip there in half. So now these are from Heidi Swap, and I like them. They're like a little puffy, but I love the flowers there. So I'm using those, and there were only three came on that sheet, and so I'm gonna go ahead and just use those three. But I wish there were more on there because I really like those flowers because it went well with this layout. So, and I wish there was more in different sizes. So I'm finishing up here, and that little greenish colored acrylic arrow there came from, that's exclusive to the Scraptastic kit, and I'm going to be using that on here as well. And then there are some other vellum leaves that you'll see when you get a little close up. They look pretty cool, but you can see them better when they're close up, which is also exclusive to the kit. And then that cork bow there is also exclusive to the Scraptastic kit as well. So there you see me with some Amy Tan rub-ons there. I'm going to use that flower there, and I'm also going to use the lovely that's on that. And I think that yellow, look like this yellow smudge there. That look like it's been smudged. So I use that at the bottom there. And then the flowers, I'm trying to figure out where to put them. So I end up putting them right above the vellum leaves that came with the kit. And I'm using my favorite rub-on tool from Basic Gray. And I like that tool. That tool gets any rub-on off, no matter how old it is. Because it has a little ball in it, and it just rolls around there, and it does really well. Um, Sometimes the rub-ons don't want to work, but it does get them off. So there you go. You see that came off. And then I'm going to glue that little vellum leaf down because I forgot to glue those down. They popped up there. So I think that part of the layout is done, and I'm going to be putting down some of, I think, yeah, there it goes. I'm going to be putting down that lovely rub-on there. I was going to put it at the top, but it just didn't look right once I did put it up there. And, oh, excuse me there. I was someone scrapping with me that night. it's, it's my family member. Anyway, so I'm putting that lovely down there at the bottom of the layout because there was a little vacant space there. I thought I would fill. I didn't want the concrete that the kids' feet were on to be sticking out and be a focal point of the layout, so I decided to cover that up with a sticker and something else. So there goes the cork bow there. And now I'm going to journal on the side, and the journaling says, after trying to get Faith and David to finally sit down and take a photo, I noticed her sandal had came off. It was hilarious, and I just couldn't stop laughing. June 2011. I'm a bad grandma. Anyway, oh yeah, there I go. I'm cutting some paper there for a family member. So anyway, so I finished journaling that, and I'm going around the whole outside there of the layout. I've used this journaling as a decorative element here on the page because I figured that if I'm going to journal on my pages, which I'm really liking more so as I go along, then I might as well use it as a decorative element. Now I'm going to get some Heidi Swap gold down here and cover up the photo, and splat, splat, splat. And oh, I put some yellow aster little thingies there. I think those are from Studio Calico. They're made of chipboard. And then I decided to take some of that gold and kind of put a little bit there on the Fave, and it looked really pretty. I mean, the photo and the video doesn't do it justice, but it looked really nice once it was on there because it gave it a nice little tint and a little sparkle. All right, so there you have it. So this layout is all done. As you can see, it looks like a watermark there on the background there of this layout, and the splatters, and then the little Fave. I wonder if you're going to be able to, I should have held it on an angle, but I didn't. All right, thank you guys for watching, and take care.